admit that I have watched some of the vegan food fights. However, one thing I'm noticing now that I just think is a little disappointing is that it seems like there's a couple of vegan YouTubers that have pretty similar ideas that I always thought were kind of calm, and now there's videos that are like criticizing one for having a different opinion than the other, and it seems like now the new norm on YouTube is vegans will always have conflict. And I always say I'm an introvert, but maybe I'm not, because I commented on this one video, and I've just noticed that people, they feel very comfortable like saying kind of harsh and negative things about someone, and how is that promoting something that's good and nice and healthy? I just think, here's the thing, if you say that you're vegan for health reasons, what about other aspects of health too? Like our thoughts, our words, that's part of health. Like interacting with people in a kind and considerate manner, that can impact someone. And you can say, oh, people don't care. Well, the funny thing is, the people that they make negative comments about, they probably don't care, because they probably, it doesn't hurt them. But you know, there are people who are sensitive in the world, and words do matter. And I think that you can disagree with someone. You don't have to tell them that, oh, they're this and that, and tell them that they have an ego or put them down. Can't you just disagree with someone in a nice, diplomatic way? But maybe all this vegan conflict is just a page views grab. And if that's the case, then, oh well, I guess everything has to be controversial constantly. I don't think it does. What I'm going to say today is veganism has been around for a long time before all these YouTube controversies. I am not a nutrition expert, I'm not a vegan expert, but I think I know a little bit about veganism because I was vegan until I was 5. My parents went back to eating dairy and eggs because they just felt that was easier at the time. I wanted to eat chicken. My mom did not want me to eat chicken, but I begged and she kind of let me. But even then, I only ate chicken a few times a week, and I still ate many soy products, my mom actually made tofu from scratch. We had a garden. I was very well versed on vegetarianism and even ideas of veganism. I read Jethro Kloss's book when I was 13, and he was a vegan. Even if the word vegan wasn't used in his book, he did not eat meat. He didn't promote using animal products. So these ideas have been around for a really long time. The Seventh Day Adventist in Loma Linda, I'm not a Seventh Day Adventist, but we shopped at the Loma Linda market. They have had ideas of vegetarianism and veganism. It's part of their faith, actually, and actually they promote health, and their doctors, many of them are vegetarian and even vegan, and they promote health and sharing health in a compassionate way. It's part of their message, and I always liked that. And that was kind of the type of vegetarianism and veganism that I had always been exposed to. Actually, I was kind of the rebellious teen who didn't want to be completely vegetarian, even though my mom wanted me to be. And then things changed as I got older. In my 20s, I think I ate more processed food than I should have. I always ate apples, bananas, strawberries, salad, but I was eating processed food in addition, and I could never lose weight. And in 2013, I made a chicken one day, and it made me sad, and it made me realize I don't want to prepare meat. I don't like animals dying. I always hated preparing raw meat, and I didn't really love it that much. And I thought about how there were some days that I just wanted to eat bread or potatoes or salad, and I was happy and I felt good, and I didn't need that. I didn't need the meat. So I became a vegan completely. But I've always kind of had that background towards it. You know, there were things that I had been exposed to all my life that made this make sense. There are some people that came from straight eating meat to veganism because this idea resonates with them. But there's a lot of hardcore meat eaters, just like there's a lot of hardcore vegans who think that their way of eating is correct. Like, I've had people tell me, even when I just ate chicken a few times a month, that because I didn't eat red meat. I never ate red meat, by the way. Never. I never had steaks or burgers or things like that. We did not eat red meat at all. So I've had people say to me, well, you didn't get your iron because you're not eating red meat. Like, it's funny, like there's so much food fighting going on that I just think it's interesting. I guess a lot of people are really comfortable in telling how others how to do things, and maybe it was just because I was more of a reserved person. People felt comfortable telling me how I should do things. So it's gonna be funny if which there are people, there's a lot of outspoken people, they watch a YouTube video that's really hardcore talking about how vegan's the best. They're not gonna do that. No, they're not. They're gonna be much more drawn to a person who talks about the science behind being vegan and how it can be done in a rational, calm manner. They're not gonna be impressed by somebody screaming. Like, I know I don't like screaming. I don't like it. And if somebody's screaming on a video, it kind of scares me. Like, I don't like violent movies. I actually like peace. And one thing I always felt like being a vegan kind of tied in with my feelings of pacifism, because I'm a pacifist, and I always kind of felt like veganism was congruent with that. But it also has to go with words, because when I became vegan, I stopped getting in a lot of political debates, and I started thinking, like, I need to focus on just being more peaceful for myself and not always being in conflict with others, and having my own opinion but not needing to